recovery plan. Take us through this section today is no other person than Mr. Sistus Ezudoye, who is the lead, Unified Network and NOC. He'll be sharing insights into how businesses can protect themselves against evolving cyber threats. Mr. Sistus, welcome to this webinar.
Thank you, Ms. Glad. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, everyone, for making our time for our monthly webinar. This is the September edition, and our topic, like she rightly said, is cyber resilience, building a robust incident response and recovery plan.
You're welcome. Can you briefly explain why cyber resilience is more important than ever for organizations? Because it's everywhere. Everybody is talking about cyber security, cyber resilience, how can they protect their digital infrastructure? Why is it very important in today's organizations?
Thank you. Cyber resilience, every organization needs that, but we need to understand what cyber resilience is first of all. And that is the ability of every organization to prepare for, withstand, respond to, and recover quickly from cyber attacks or disruptions while continuing to operate essential business functions. And it also goes beyond cyber security prevention. It incorporates risk management, business continuity, incident response, and recovery strategies to ensure that the critical systems and critical data of every organization is trustworthy and remain available, irrespective of the evolving threats.
Exactly. Okay, so what are the biggest challenges that organizations that want to secure their digital infrastructure, what are those challenges that they can face if they want to do this incident recovery and response?
There are a couple of mistakes that organizations do, but the most salient one, the most important one is the choice of cybersecurity tool.
The choice.
The choice of the cybersecurity tool. You must make the right choice. There are a couple of cybersecurity tools in the market.
Yes, of course.
But which one will give you the 100% vulnerability check that will alert you, pre-inform you, and give you the recovery strategies to mitigate against incidents and future occurrences? And that brings us to a tool known as Fortrex.
Oh, so it is a tool that does all those things.
Yes, a solution. Fortrex powered by Zoracom.
Tell us more about Fortrex.
Yes, Fortrex is a solution. It's a cybersecurity operational resilience solution powered by Zoracom. A unified cybersecurity operational resilience solution.
Okay, Mr. Sistus, you described Fortress as a unified cybersecurity operational resilience solution.
Yes.
Now, I would like to know, what is that thing that makes Fortress different from the traditional cybersecurity tools you can get elsewhere?
Fortress stands out amongst the lots of tools or solutions in the market. And its greatest advantage is that in addition to what the rest gives, Fortress will give you automated incident detection, assessment, and reporting. Yes, automated incident detection, assessment, and reporting, which simply puts three cardinal points: monitoring, visibility, and reporting.
All in one solution.
Yes.
So it does these three things effortlessly.
In one solution. That's why it's a unified platform.
Oh, okay. That's why it's unified. So how does Fortress bridge the gap between threat detection, incident response and recovery, all in one solution, like you mentioned. Because to me, that's a lot for one solution to do three different things at a time. How does it bridge the gap and ensure that it actually does those three things, as you said?
Fortrex bridges this gap between incident detection, the response, and recovery because Fortrex is a comprehensive solution. It strengthens the operational resilience of organizations by proactively monitoring 24/7 their digital infrastructure, critical infrastructures, detecting and remediating threats and vulnerabilities. So because it's that comprehensive solution and it has that proactive monitoring 24 hours, 7 days a week, and throughout the year, and also gives you remediating strategies for the threats or vulnerabilities within your IT infrastructure.
Thank you once again, our viewers, for staying tuned up till this moment. We are still discussing cyber resilience, and our focus is on one of our robust solution, which is called Fortress. If you have any questions, if you want to book a demo section to know how Fortress works, you can send us a mail on info@zoracom.com and we will take it up from there. Now, coming back to you, Mr. Sistus, we understand that some organizations have some compliance issue. When you're telling them about solutions to get, they will be like, is it compliance as when it comes to regulatory compliance? So, how does Fortress take care of that?
Yes, Fortrex is compliance and risk management compliance. Fortrex as a solution supports regulatory compliance. And it's important to know that Fortrex is ISO 27001 certified.
Certified, that's a lot.
Yes. And it's also GDPR certified, the General Data Protection Regulation, and NIS IT certified to the National Institute of Standards and Technology. All these certifications make Fortrex a solution that will enable organizations that came to it to follow structured policies to manage their cyber risks. So you don't manage cyber threats based on your nuances or your own self-made processes.
There are some laid down rules.
Internationally
And
approved
Fortress
is certified.
certified for this.
Yes.
Can you give us like a real world example of how Fortress could prevent or minimize the impact of cyber attacks? Just one real world example.
Yes, there are a couple of them, but the simplest and most tenable that is very available to all is endpoint protection. Fortress has been used and is still being used in endpoint protections. And endpoint simply means official working tools, devices that organizations give their staff. Could be your laptop or your phone or your iPad or whatever. So the critical informations of the organization, the critical informations of customers that are in those devices are protected vis-a-vis the use of Fortress against internal and especially external cyber attacks. So that's a very real world example of the use of Fortress.
All of their endpoint devices can
Yes.
secure it.
Yes.
So, for instance, now in an organization, we all know that in an organization there's an IT team. How does Fortress save resources while strengthening security with the IT team?
Yeah, Fortress saves resources for organizations and the IT teams through the advantage or one of the advantages it has, known as end-to-end visibility. It's one of the key cardinal advantages of Fortress. End-to-end visibility or E2E visibility. So that way, the analytics and reporting capabilities that Fortrex gives enables the decision makers in the organization to have a comprehensive visibility into their system health. So the health of the systems is not only humans that have health concerns. The IT infrastructures, the IT systems needs to be checked regularly, the system health. So a comprehensive visibility needs to be done by the use of Fortrex, and vulnerabilities and performance against threats are also covered. So that way, resources are saved for the IT teams and for the organizations by the use of Fortrex and overall strengthening their security.
Thank you, Mr. Sistus, for coming to this month's webinar. It's been really insightful. To our viewers, if you have any question, you can just drop your question in the chat. When it's time to ask questions, I'll read out the questions so that our speaker can address every of your questions. We are here to listen and address any question you have on cybersecurity, any question you have on our robust solution for cybersecurity, which is called Fortress. Mr. Sistus, you mentioned so many times about recovery. What makes Fortress backup and restores capabilities stand out from other solutions? Because if you ask, yeah, some other solution would say we do this, we recover. So what makes Fortress recovery to stand out from other solutions that we can see elsewhere?
All right, Fortrex has another advantage, which is automated incident response playbook. Simply put, incident response and recovery.
Because we are in the era of AI and automation,
So
it is very necessary.
Fortrex offers that. So that way, the backup and restore capabilities are secured 100%. So enabling faster containment of threats and recovery from breaches. So that automated incident response playbooks plays this part of ensuring that the recovery, the backups, restoring capabilities, all is
intact.
intact.
No human error. Like you said Fortress examines system from the perspective of an external attacker.
Absolutely.
How does this approach give businesses an advantage?
The approach. Yes, Fortress looks into your IT infrastructure from a bird's eye view, having an overall look, and that is taking it from the perspective of the cyber attacker, having that notion or the intention of what would an external attacker want to see and take out of our system. What information, what data are they trying to look out for? So Fortress does that for you, ensuring that all gaps, all loopholes are covered.
Okay.
Hence, Fortress strengthens the cyber resilience by combining advanced automated incident monitoring, incident response, a compliance support, certified, and proactive defense strategies. Hence, helping organizations to build a trustworthy and secure digital infrastructure. So when your customers know that your information or their information at your disposal is well secured. Yes, trust is built, business is continued, business continuity is guaranteed, and service delivery is ensured.
Which is why we are having this conversation today, to ensure business continuity and the rest. What steps should organization take to achieve this operational resilience we'll be talking about today?
The steps for organizations that want to achieve operational resilience, you need to first, like I earlier said, the right to.
The right to.
And in this context, in today's IT world, Fortress is one of the standout cybersecurity solutions. Get the right to. We have Fortress powered by Zoracom. So once you do that, and Fortress, like earlier said, is a unified platform. So that should be the first step for the organization. And how do you choose it? Contact Zoracom. Contact us via our social media handles. And the next, know your environment. Secondly, the organization should know their environment. What kind of services do you offer to your customers? Are you a fintech? Are you an ISP? Are you a telco? Are you a data center? Etc. you know your environment, so you know the vulnerabilities that are peculiar to
Like
your
you want to check.
Yes. Then you manage your risk using Fortrex incident response, E2E visibility,
Okay.
and automated incidents and monitoring and reporting. It gives you reports in any format you want it,
Okay.
and the report is also automated. You want them in Excel format, you want them in dashboard, in pie chart or bar chart,
Whichever way
whichever
you
way,
want
to enable the decision makers, the hierarchy, the management of those organizations to take critical and important business and technical decisions.
Okay.
Because the reporting are not just for generation's sake.
Yes.
It's to be able to
Is
take
to make decisions,
that
business
will
decisions.
make the business to continue to grow.
Continue to grow. Okay. And Fortress is the report is automated.
Yes.
So for organization listening to us today, what will be the first step they will have to take in implementing Fortress?
Like earlier said, contact Zoracom. Choose the right tool, and that is Fortrex. You take it up from there, you know what you offer, know your environment. As second step, manage the risk. Monitoring and reporting will be enabled after demo sessions, and all is signed and sealed. Then you lastly must have a strong IT team that are trained and retrained regularly on evolving threats and the use of Fortress to mitigate such threats. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the insights which you've given us so far. Can you tell us what kind of visibility and reporting does Fortress provide for both management and IT teams? I know you've mentioned it, but can you kindly expatiate more for the benefit of our viewers and some businesses that are listening to us today?
Okay, for the kind of reporting or reports that Fortress gives, there are two variants. First one is descriptive reports for the management.
Descriptive.
Yes.
Describing exactly
So
the way they want it.
Yes,
Pinpointing what
they
they
can
want.
ensure that all touch points are well detailed for the management of the organizations to take their decisions on business and on technical concerns. And then the second point is the dashboard, vulnerability dashboard, with relevant details for the IT teams. So the IT teams will have vulnerability dashboard that they look at from time to time displayed in the IT section.
Okay.
So they have that 247. That way, threats are checked, evolving threats are monitored or seen before they happen to avoid loss of data, loss of information that can impact on financially on the business or even shut down the business or close the business because trust has been broken. Yes. So descriptive report for the management and vulnerability dashboard for the IT teams.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sistus, for coming to this month's webinar. We have some questions here on the chat, but before we go to these questions, we would like to thank our viewers for staying tuned, our viewers and some businesses watching us today that would like to secure their digital infrastructure. You can send us a mail on info@zoracom.com. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, and we are on Twitter, that is now X, as Zoracom. Do well to be part of our tech community to learn more about our products and what we offer. So here I have some questions from Mrs. Patience. Mrs. Patient is asking, how can an organization build a strong incident response and recovery plan?
I think somehow that has been answered, but I will go over it again. How organizations can build a strong incident and recovery plan. For organizations that are interested in building a strong incident and recovery plan, your first step is the choice of your tool.
your choice.
Yes.
Making sure that you get the right
You get the right tool. You go for some other tools out there, it will not give you an E to E visibility, end-to-end visibility into your IT infrastructure, meaning some vulnerabilities check will not be covered. So the first point is making the right choice, and the choice here is Fortrex. Fortrex. Building a fortress, like building a fortress around a shield
around your digital
infrastructure. So that's where the name, the nomenclature comes from. So choose Fortrex, then build, know your environment. What kind of services do you offer to your customers? Manage your risk, monitoring and reporting are covered, and finally have a strong IT team that are trained and constantly retrained on evolving threats, and if there is any upgrade in the tool solution for threats, they are carried along, and all stakeholders are in the know.
Thank you so much for answering for that question, Mrs. Patient, and thank you, Mr. Sistus, for doing justice to that
You're welcome.
question. We have a lot of questions on the chat. We have two questions from Mr. Chima Steven, and I want to ask those two questions. One of the questions that he's asking say, how do you define success in an incident response and recovery plan? How do you determine that this is successful? How do you define success or determine success in an incident response and recovery plan?
Success can be defined in an incident and recovery plan from the first step. Incident happens, is captured, immediately happens. Like I said, Fortrex is an automated incident reporting tool. So it captures it at time T when it happens, not after. Instantly. Captures it, it's escalated to all stakeholders.
That's like a real-time report.
It's real time, it's not like that, is what it is. It's real time reporting.
Okay.
You see it as it's happening. So from the incident time it happens, the start time, the escalation to all stakeholders, RCA is taken and noted. By RCA, we mean the root cause analysis.
Okay.
What caused the incident? So, root cause analysis taken within the MTTR, the mean time to resolve, and the SLA service level agreements you have with your customers. Because you don't leave incidents to last much longer than necessary. Customers will begin to lose information, lose data, lose services.
And the trust they have
And the trust they have in your business. So all these steps along the line till issue is resolved. You get your resolution details. Issue resolved, then a recovery plan is put in place. What do we do to mitigate such happening next time? So the RCA will determine. You have the RCA, you have the COF, cause of failure. Look at the cause of failure side by side, the RCA, the root cause analysis. So the technical team looks at this and ensures that any future occurrence is mitigated against. So I don't have it occurring all the time. It's safe, it's resolved within the mean time to resolve, the MTTR. So once that is achieved and normalcy is returned, the bottom line is for normalcy to return immediately, shortly after incident happens. Once normalcy is returned, it's a success. Then in instances where there must be backup. So while the issue is being curtailed and treated, there must be a backup. There is backup in every serious IT team. There's Fortress has its backup, so organizations have its backup. So that business continues, operational exercises, operational activities continues while the incident is being treated. So that way, even the customers will not know that there is an issue on ground. because services are still being rendered while the main issue is being treated. So at the end of the day, all this analyzed and well reported and structured reporting, that is success.
Sure, that is success.
From
Sure.
start time to the recovery time. Absolute success.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sistus, for that insightful answer and elaborate answer to this question. Mr. Chima, I hope that answers your question. Okay, we have one more question for this from the same person that just asked this question. He's also asking, how can executive leadership be better involved in resilience planning and response?
How can
How can executive leadership be better involved when it comes to resilience planning and response?
Okay, the executive leadership, like I said earlier, the management, there's descriptive report for the management. And in the management, you have the executives. So they are in the part of the stakeholders, they are copied in the descriptive reporting, and even copied in the vulnerability dashboards for the IT teams. So that way they are heavily involved and they are in the know of everything happening. That simply answers that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Mr. Chima, I hope that answers your question. Another question from Mr. Adeyemi. How do we mitigate cyber risk if a recovery plan fails? We said we have a recovery plan. What if it fails? How do we mitigate it?
In the first place, the backup is not supposed to fail. And when it fails, there's a rerouting.
Oh, perfect.
A reroute. You don't have, it's not like a vehicle where you have only one spare tire. There must be plan A, plan B. In some cases, plan C. So, because you don't need business or services to the customers in a vehicle because you are treating a cyber threat or an incident that happened. So if the first recovery plan fails, there is a reroute that must be done to the second recovery plan. And in Fortrex, it's automated. You don't wait. It takes over once it notices that the first one is not compliant or has issue.
That's very good. One last question before we draw the curtain for today from Tendali. When it comes to vulnerability check, what can Fortress capture? Is there an extent to what Fortress can capture and what it can capture?
Fortrex as a robust cybersecurity tool captures, when I said end-to-end visibility, it captures all vulnerabilities within the context of your service delivery. So I've been mentioning know your environment. When you know your environment as an organization, what services you offer, Fortrex looks into those vulnerabilities. We have things like app security, DNS configuration, infections, network security. It checks all these vulnerabilities and many others, depending on the type of services you offer.
In a situation where an organization wants to know their digital footprint or their digital presence, is there an extent to what Fortress can capture?
There's no extent, like I said, there's no extent to what
So
is
you can get the whole of their digital.
Yes, because it's a unified platform. Once you key into it as an organization, side by side, the services you offer. Because before we go live, demo sessions will take place.
Sure.
So all these will be entertained during the demo sessions. And by the time you go live, you are rest assured that you have a cybersecurity solution that is cyber resilient, giving you a robust incident response and recovery plan, and ensuring that your business continuity is guaranteed.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Sistus, for coming to this month's webinar.
Thank you for
You've opened my eyes to a lot of things about cybersecurity and the very robust solution called Fortress. And thank you, our viewers, for staying tuned up to this moment. You can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, now X, and on LinkedIn. We are all on this platform as Zoracom. You can also send us a mail on info@zoracom.com to get information about Fortress and some other of our solutions. Or if you want to order for demo section, you can send us a mail and we'll take it up from there. Once again, thank you for staying tuned and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Thank you for coming to the work. Very nice, Mr. Sisters.